Hello, it's Bule. I want to talk about using the latest Adobe Acrobat Reader's annotating features for the purpose of doing proofs. So let's open up a PDF file and we'll go through some of its features. Open it up in Adobe Acrobat Reader DC, and here we are. So here's a PDF file, and let's go to the comments tools. That's right down here. And you'll see a set of tools appear right along here. These are the comments tools, and these are the tools that you can use to make notes and comments on the PDF form. Now I'm not going to go through and use all the tools for this demonstration, but what I want to do is just hover over each one, and then you can see what the tools are. So this is the Add Sticky Note tool, which is you can put a note onto the form. This is a highlight tool. You can highlight the text, underline your text. This is a add note to the text, which is if you highlight the text and you can add a note to it, a strike through. And this is a replace text tool, which is really awesome because it'll put a strike through it and you can add a note to it that you want to replace that specific word or sentence. That is an insert. As you can see, insert in text in here. Enable text correction keyboard shortcuts. That one I don't typically use. Add text comment, which is add a comment to a text. And this is a text toolbox or a text box, which you can put anywhere on the screen and it'll be there. This is like a freeform draw tool, like a pencil. You can draw that, and that erases the pencil. And this here is the add stamp, and here is as you can see what a stamp is. And down in the standard business one you have more selections, so they work just like a stamp, so if it's approved or not approved. And this here is, you can attach a file to the PDF. When you resave it, that file will be attached to it, and then you will have then I'll know that there's a file attached to it that's for further, like say a picture or something you want to send with it, for an example. And this you can add a recording of your voice, or you can add an audio recording. And here is the drawing tools. This is pretty cool. You can draw line, arrows, rectangle, oval, text callout. I like this one a lot, and we'll go into details with this one because I'll actually use this one as well. So let's go ahead and use some of these tools that make some changes. So here's an add sticky note. So you want to add a note right here, and go ahead and add and make some notes. Just anything, I suppose. And so there you go. So now I know that that there's a note attached to this one here. So we can put that anywhere on the screen. It hardly matters. I know it's there. If I click here, they all show up in this column as well, any changes we make. So highlight text tool, for instance. There you go. Now it's highlighted, and you can make a comment about that. So right there. And we're going to go ahead and delete that. So if you want to delete something, you can go ahead and click over here and hit delete, and it takes it away. And let's say if you want to remove, you can say, this is the strike text tool. You can say remove text, and that's done there. And this is the replace text tool. So we want to replace, say, this text here, have fun and learning, and we will put in there instead have fun and learning. We'll say have fun learning. There we go. So that's done. Now if I get this back and I want to check on it, I will click here and it will show up. Or I can click over here and I'll know that it belongs to this annotation or change that you want right there. So I don't want to go through all the tools here, because you're going to take a long time to kind of just go through them all. but I mean, a lot of it's self-explanatory. So there's highlight tool and the comments, the box tool. You can leave a comment here, leave text comments, and this one actually stays on the form after it's done, and it doesn't go anywhere, but you can resize it and place it anywhere you like. So, and then the free draw form tool. So I mean, let's just scroll down and say we want to point out something or circle something and say, right here, this little fella, we want to get rid of that. And I would simply just go to like the text callout tool, which is an awesome tool, and right there, isn't that cool? And say remove the icon, right? So that is really cool. And afterwards you can actually still move it around. And if you grab the point here, you can actually bring it back so to the where you want to point it to. And anything you do here gets recorded over here, so I can always find out exactly what needs to be get done. And at the end of it all, I mean, after you've done all your annotations, I'll even use this tool here. So let's say you want to erase that here. So there you go, see, as an example. But let's say all that and it's not approved, of course, so you go to your standard business one and say not approved, and you'll fill in the information as it's asked, but I'm not going to, just to speed this up, and slap a not approved on right there. And you can put that anywhere you like, and you can even rotate it. There, works a lot like words, isn't it? So, and you can enlarge it, so to make sure that I got the message. Okay, so there you go. Give you a bit of a quick rundown to how to use these things. And the comments tools, it works wonderful. Comments cloud, that's a really cool tool as well. It just basically just sort of like wraps it, and then any of these you can add a comment right into it there. So there's the comments cloud tool, and you can say something about it there. So after it's all done, what you can do is go to File and Save or Save As, and you don't want to overwrite the old one, of course. Even if you were to actually try and close it down, it'll ask you to save as and save it as a new file. So if you try and go and save, don't worry, you won't overwrite the old one. It'll go to Save As, and then you would give it a new name, not the old one. So PDF proofing, you want to name it again and say revised, and put the date on there somewhere. So there you go, and then just save. And then what you want to do is just send that file back to me, and it'll have all these annotations and notes attached to it, just as you've got it. And then I can make the revisions as required, and it helps me out a lot. Thank you, and good luck, and download Adobe Acrobat Reader DC, and then it'll be good.